it's Art, back with another caffeinated entertainment video. This is day 5 of book review week, book number 5 in book review week. Day 5, man alive, here we go. The book today is a long-awaited book for me. It is Agatha Christie's Murder on the Orient Express. It was the next book I have to read in my Poirot reading map that the Agatha Christie website recommends, and it is timely because it is the movie is coming out. Well, by the time you see this, it'll already be out 24 hours, but the movie was released on November 10th. The first book was The Mysterious Affair at Styles. The Murder on the Links was book 2. Poirot Investigated book 3. The Murder of Roger Ackroyd book 4. The Big Four book 5. The Mystery on the Blue Train book 6. The Peril at In-House book 7. Lord Edgware Dies book 8. And Murder on the Orient Express is book 9. Book 10 and the next book in my read-along with the chart is the 3-act tragedy. More than likely, unless the chart says differently, but these are the way it was produced. And since it was, first of all, this was first published under the name Murder in the Calabasas Coach. But I like the Murder on the Orient Express better because this is the Orient Express train. Now my thoughts. This is your typical locked room mystery. It may have been the first, so it was, at times it was very good, at times it was very mundane. But I believe it still aged well. It's still got that fine wine quality of still aging well. So, I'm not going to say that it was bad in any stretch of the means, because it was very good. Hercule Poirot, our consummate detective in this series, our Sherlock Holmes in this series, has nobody to play off of because he's by himself as far as being the detective. Because everybody on the train, besides Poirot, is a suspect in a murder. Ta-da! A suspect in a murder. Okay? So, and to me, it was very, very fun to go through Poirot's process again and try to play the game along with Poirot. It was very, very standard, though, too. The narrator, because I listened to this mostly on Audible, I do have it on a Kindle as well, though. The narrator, Dan Stevens, was not very good, so that was a mark for me because he was very mundane and at times monotone, and his character voices weren't that very distinctive. I don't know if he was just sick that day, had a bad day in the recording studio. I don't know what was going on there, but that's what happened. So, I think best, I'm going to steal something from Lawrence Block, New York Times bestselling author. He said this: "It's tempting to say that Agatha Christie is a genius and let it go at that. But the world has plenty of geniuses. Agatha Christie is something special." That's very, very true, because she has made every single one of the books so far in the Poirot series feel very, very different. And in that way, she's kept each book fresh. While I know what to expect, it's that old saying, the more things stay the same, the more things are different. Very, very, very good. very worth the read and won't take any time at all. The Audible selection that I listened to was 6 hours and 37 minutes. Took me about a day to finish. It's only 256 pages in print and Kindle form. The ending to me is where the book lost its luster. Because of who was murdered, Poirot still has to find truth. He still has to find justice, which is very, very important and very, very understandable. However, because of who it was, he finds out who it was, or in my response, it was very... I don't know if when this book was first written, it would have been a very innovative answer, but to me, it was a very cop-out answer, looking at it from a 2017 perspective. Because the answer was very formulaic. I'm not going to spoil anything for you. It was very formulaic, and then when we got the answer, it was like, okay, you got the answer, you're right, and then everybody on the train went their separate way. There was no justice brought to the criminal or criminals. Poirot got the satisfaction of knowing the answer, but the audience, at least in my case, didn't get the satisfaction of seeing justice done. It was just, oh well, he's dead. You know, oh well, she's dead. Oh well, you know, the murder happened, big deal. Okay? And to me, that was not a very good way to say it. A very good way to do it. To say that I was let down by the book, which it might have been that I was overhyped for the book, I'll grant you. Because I've always heard that this is her best book. And for me, it's in no way going to convince me to stop reading the series. I'm going to finish the series because I love the character Poirot way too much. But to me, it wasn't good enough. This book just wasn't good enough. Honestly, if I had to give it a score on GoodReads, this is where I wish GoodReads had half stars, because I would give it a 3.5. It's not quite a 4, not quite a 3. Excuse me. It is just... it's good, but not great. Definitely worth the read. It's one of the classics. It's a classic I don't mind. And hey, my opinion may have changed of it, because I may go back and listen to the new Audible performance that just came out, with different actors playing each character. And when I do, I'll review that for you on this channel, and I will compare the Dan Stevens version and the new Audible version. Until tomorrow, happy reading, and I'll see you on the other side.